Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I'm your host, the Cartoon Dude, and the winners of the last episode are... If you want to win a shout out, hit that subscribe button with notifications on and comment that you did. I'll randomly announce a winner in the next episode. Today we're drawing the life of a toaster. Yes, I'm not joking. You heard it right. We're drawing the life of a toaster. But it's not your ordinary toaster. It's actually a monster inside the toaster. He's a toaster monster named SCP-426. SCP-426 is one of those SCP objects who looks cute and innocent. SCP-426 looks like a regular toaster. He's capable of toasting breads. Like a normal toaster, he works with electric power. So, he's a toaster, basically. A plain, harmless toaster. Don't you get fooled by the looks of it. He's as dangerous as a Sirenhead. He can take people's lives just like that. To harm humans, this SCP object does not have to move a muscle. Now that's heavily dangerous. Guess more dangerous than even Sirenhead. How does he do all this? We're gonna tell you all about it in a second. Before that, let's see how he's contained. SCP-426 comes under the Euclid category. He's kept sealed in a chamber. This chamber does not have any windows. The toaster has to be strictly kept in such a way that he should not be seen by anyone. There's a door to this chamber. The label on the door is totally misleading to avoid anyone other than an assigned official getting into the chamber. The label is changed regularly and is never related to the actual name or designation of the toaster. This is done to avoid the spread of the toaster's primary effects, the effects by which it causes trouble to humans. Not everyone at the SCP Foundation is given details about SCP-426. Even his existence is a restricted knowledge. Not all SCP officials know about the toaster. Only those officials who are level 3 and above are supposed to know about SCP-426. Those personnels who deal with SCP-426 are rotated regularly. In fact, they're changed monthly. Once the month period ends for a particular batch of officials, they have to go through a psychiatric analysis. If anyone is found affected, they're deemed as Class C amnestic, and those officials are transferred to a different site for more observations and rehabilitation. Now, those who are unaffected will be again assigned for SCP-426. However, only after a minimum gap of 4 months. It's observed that any person who tries to talk about the toaster will start talking as a toaster in first person. Like, I'm a toaster. I'm able to toast breads. This is nothing to be worried of. It's like no one will be able to talk about the toaster in third person. There are no ways found yet to make this happen. So, how is this toaster becoming a monster? SCP-426 has the inanimate power to mess with people's minds. Those who come in contact with the toaster for long will have trouble in thinking properly. They will slowly become less of a human being by mind. Within a short period of time, they'll start thinking that they're a toaster. Yes, the human will think that he's a toaster, and they'll try to function as a toaster, causing harm to themselves and others. They'll contact themselves with electric charge to toast breads. They'll mutilate their body structure to look like a toaster. As per them, they're brothers of the toaster, and they have to be alike. They also overeat bread and might even try to eat electrical sockets. This is so much damage for a human body. Most of them don't survive such injuries. Many of them died due to electric shocks and with third-degree burns. For this kind of transformation, at least 2 months of constant interaction with SCP-426 is required. It's to avoid this, the personnels are rotated regularly. The transformed personnels also talk in first-person perspective, so it's very difficult to identify someone who's transforming from those who's just talking because of the regular toaster effect. For this reason, talking about the toaster is restricted for everyone. If anyone is talking beyond this rule, that only means that the person is affected and he's out of control. Immediate action will be taken in such circumstances. SCP-426 was found by the SCP Foundation at a home. The fire department was alerted because of a fire outbreak in the home. There were 5 people in the family, and everyone was inside the house at the time of the fire. The firemen cleared the fire, and what they found inside was horrible. One person was dead by eating an electric socket. 2 others were dead due to the fire. They had serious burns in their body. Another lady was found with a burst-out stomach. Further observation revealed that the lady had eaten 10 kilograms of bread, because of which the stomach burst open. One more person died of internal bleeding. The 6th family member, and the only survivor, was very old. He was malnourished and was not in a condition to do anything to himself. The officials questioned him about what happened there. As the old man spoke, a whole shocking story was coming out. This person told that he's a toaster. He'd eaten some bread last week, and he's waiting for it to pop out of him. Clearly, he was talking like a toaster. Nothing made sense at first. On further interrogations, it was understood that the whole family were thinking that they were toasters, and they harmed themselves insanely. And they found the toaster, who the old man called his brother, in the kitchen. The toaster seems very harmless and not reactive at all. However, SCP officials are trained not to touch or go near any of these suspicious objects. They tried to approach the toaster in different ways, but there was no response. However, after spending 10 to 15 minutes around the toaster, they all started to talk in first-person perspective about the toaster. The officials understood that the toaster is making their minds bend. He's manipulating their minds slowly. Without wasting any more time, they wrapped up the toaster and took to the SCP Foundation. He was contained immediately. No one should see the toaster or interact with it. That was the first requirement. So a chamber without openings was built for the toaster, naming it SCP-426. SCP-426 is definitely a difficult case to solve. We have no clue how to tackle this yet. It's very dangerous to leave this toaster anywhere. At a cost, we have to keep him under containment. We should soon be able to destroy this toaster, ruling out any more problems from him. So, there guys. That was the Draw My Life video. If you like horror stories like this, hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss any episode. See you in the next one, and stay safe.